Well, good game day morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. I hope you guys are feeling great. I know it's Monday, it's the beginning of the week, but we've got Dallas Cowboys versus the New York stinking Giants. And man, I tell you what, I have not seen Giant fans this excited and trolling since 2017 after they came off with back-to-back victories over the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I forgot how foul-mouthed and uncouth most of those Giant fans are. You know, when you come in and literally call the ladies in the channel whores, I'm sorry, you crossed the line, man. This is football. This is supposed to be about trash talking about the teams, about getting hype, reaping your team, okay? And looking forward to the game. We don't need to keep this shit personal. I just ask, keep the personal shit out. This is the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. Let's do it like that. So we've got interesting thing. We've got everybody who's on the Eagles bandwagon. Oh my God, the Eagles. Oh my God, they're so good. They're Super Bowl favorites. Man, the things that they are doing. And I'm not saying that the things that they're doing are not good, but let's keep it equal. When the Cowboys started out 3-0, they say, pump the brakes, they've played nobody. It's early in the season. Now, I will say that them dismantling Carson Wentz, we saw the worst of Carson Wentz. We saw the worst of the Washington franchise's offensive line. It was, seeing the 9 sacks and the 2 fumbles from Carson Wentz was amazing. It was amazing. Seeing A.J. Brown going down the field and stuff and hooking up with Jalen Hurts, amazing. But let's see if they can go wire to wire like this. And I still have questions about how they didn't put up any points in the second half, because they did kind of the same thing with the Detroit Lions, allowing them back into a game. Now, let's be clear. You get 9 sacks and 2 fumbles. You got no chance in hell. But congratulations to the Eagles. Like I said, just keep it fair and balanced. Just remember, you haven't exactly faced the cream of the crop. Each of those teams that you faced last year had 5 or less victories, okay? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for us tonight, similar thing. We hear the New York Giants. Oh, my God, the New York Giants, their defense is so good. It's so good. Barkley running like crazy. Daniel Jones. Yeah. Here's the thing that's interesting because, see, it's still early in the season. I was reading an article this morning, I think, by Blogging the Boys, and they were saying that, oh, my God, the Giants defense, passing-wise, that the Giants defense, teams have not been able to pass on them. They said, basically, though, last week, they rushed for 146 yards. 146 yards against their defense. Well, if you're getting 146 yards rushing the football, you're not going to pass as much. And then they went on to say that, it's stingy Giants defense. Stingy. They don't give up a lot of passing yards. They said nobody's gotten more than 266 yards passing. Well, here's the thing, though. You're not talking about Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. You're not talking about Justin Herbert. You're not talking about Josh Allen. We're talking about Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield. The fact that Tannehill and crew got 266 yards passing, which is the most that they've passed so far in all 3 games that they've played, says actually quite a bit. And so if you're talking about 266 yards passing and 146 yards running the football, that's 400 yards of offense. So I say pump the brakes a little bit on saying that the New York Giants are a great team with the 2 wins. Again, you're not going against a great offense in Carolina. Carolina did finally get a win yesterday against New Orleans, but it wasn't exactly a great offensive performance. They're already talking about, was it a mistake getting Baker Mayfield? Ryan Tannehill has been on the hot seat. They drafted another quarterback as well, and they've never been known as passing teams. So I'm not going to say that they're not a good defensive unit when it comes to stopping the pass, but if you're giving up 146 yards on the ground, then you know what? I'm running the football. And that's where the Cowboys actually have to work this game. And I believe they need to work this season, understanding that you have young guys that are strong and physical, that they're better off run blocking, going straight ahead, knowing that this is my guy, and my job is to own him and push him out of the way. You get that started. And, I hate to keep being that guy, where I am the joke. And I love being the joke, okay? I don't care if you laugh with me or laugh at me. The craziness in the world, people need to laugh. And I screwed up with my 12 personal jersey. And it is now my blue badge of courage. But 12 personnel. We believe Dalton Schultz will be playing tonight. We don't know how effective he'll be with the PCL sprain, but he should be playing tonight. But you need to get Jake Ferguson involved in here, and maybe even Peyton Hendershot. Let's go ahead and open up some holes, and let's play action and use the tight ends and tight end screens. Short crossing routes with the tight ends in the slot. Use those guys, because when you start using those guys along with the run, you're going to create one-on-one coverage. And one-on-one coverage, man-to-man coverage, is actually where Cooper Rush feasted. One-on-one coverage as opposed to zones. That's what you do on offense. Defense, hey, it's time for the fat boys are back. The fat boys need to be able to stop the run. You stop Barkley and make the Giants pass, you release the Kraken. You end up letting Micah Parsons go to that ass. And I can say this, with or without the flu, Micah Parsons with LT in the house is going to want to shine. And so let's go down to NFL Game Day yesterday with Michael Irvin and crew and see how they break down the game. And something interesting that they ended up saying in here that I did not realize. If Cooper Rush wins tonight, he will start out his career 3-0. There's only one other undrafted quarterback to ever start their career out 3-0. Just watch.
Turns to me, he goes, yeah, help me with the New York accent. Like, what do I do? I'm like, just to kick in, just say forget about it a lot. I didn't, how many times?
12 times he said it.
Oh, my gosh.
12 times. Just forget about
12 times. Well, we can check the tape. The eye in the sky doesn't lie. All right, Irv, you've got the floor here about the Dallas Cowboys and how it's all working. Your concerns, were they relieved, alleviated at all last week? What do you got?
Let me do first things first. Let me apologize to George Pickens, because that was a hell of a grab. That was a hell of a grab. And that rivals what we saw Odell Beckham do. But it would not catapult him to the place that Odell Beckham's catapulted him to, because he did his against the Cowboys.
Oh, boy.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Oh, geez.
Let's just talk this thing real when the boys are on the tube. And now this week, when the boys get on the tube, we going to see Cooper Rush. No. They did not stop all the concerns. But he did raise hope. He raised hope in Dallas with that win last week. Now, we got to come into this week and get it again. And I love the way he played the game. Now, he started great. He started great last week, Kurt. He drove down the field, first 2 drives. But then that thing stalled out for a good little while in there. A good while. So it's like then he came back when after they kicked the field goal. It's like the Cowboys says, let's wait till all the pressure get on us. And I need them to be able to play with their hair on fire the whole game this week to win this game Monday night.
Yeah, I'm not sure he erased.
No, he didn't erase it.
He didn't erase it.
He gave us hope.
But I'll tell you what, I do feel better about this team because the question last week was, were they going to be able to keep their head above water? And that's what they showed us last week is, yeah, their defense is good. Micah Parsons can get after the quarterback. Cooper Rush can step in and make some key plays. You said he started really fast, but then to lead them down to get the winning score. I mean, he did a lot of really, really good things. So it does erase some of my concerns to say, hey, they can keep their head above water. They're going to win some of these games along the way if they can get quarterback play like that. And then can they be that team when Dak comes back to make a run? But they did some good things last week.
But one thing I tell you why it was important that he scored early. Cooper Rush. My concerns are how well will they stop the run? And here come the Giants and Saquon Barkley. So we'll see that test Monday night.
Yeah, well, my concerns still lie with the offensive line and the receiving core. That hasn't been really fixed just yet.
Yeah.
But I agree that Cooper Rush seems to be a capable guy, doesn't he? Played well enough. I'm not even worried about that guy. He's going to be steady. But you know what? Let me give you a little tidbit here. If Cooper Rush wins this game against the Giants,
oh, God, come on.
He will be the first undrafted quarterback to win his first 3 starts in his career since 1999. Guess who that was?
Hey, give me a little bit of love, Coach.
23 years ago. He's going to do this. He's going to be the next Kurt Warner. We'll make a movie out of it.
I appreciate that, Coach.
I thought you were about to start a quarterback controversy with
Baby steps, though.
Here we go.
Cooper Rush, last time he made consecutive starts was his senior year at Central Michigan in 2016. Wow. The question is, how many consecutive starts will he have?
Did he win? Did he win, Rich?
I don't know.
You can't start no
All right, here we go. The Dak Prescott update.
But if you got that information.
Ian Rappaport, how many more? By the way, I had a perfectly timed segue. Ian, how many more consecutive games do you think Cooper Rush will have to make at the starting position? What do you have for me on that?
I'll talk about this. You guys look up the Central Michigan schedule from however many years ago that was. So Dak Prescott is out 4 to 6 weeks in total. He had surgery on September 12th. If you look at the schedule, you figure out when that sets out to. Dak Prescott, the earliest, my understanding, the earliest he'd be back is October 16th against the Eagles. So Jerry Jones said this week, made a couple headlines, as I'm sure you guys noted, that he could be back next week. No, that is not my understanding. He is still focusing on getting the swelling down. Then he has to work on how well he can grip a football. Simply, guys, the bone has to heal, and the Cowboys are not going to put their franchise quarterback in harm's way just to get him out there for one game and then re-injure it. October 16th, I believe, is the answer.
That's the last game of week number 3, week 3 Sunday. What do you
All
think?
right, so that's what we got. Maybe back for the Eagles game at the soonest. So Jerry Jones's optimism has got a ways to go as far as his actual forecasting, but you can't blame Jerry Jones. He's trying to put pressure on his quarterback to try and get back sooner. He's trying to keep the hype train going, of course, for his team. And so on, and that's what Jerry does. And I hope that they don't bring him back before that bone is healed because we need him for the long stretch. And if nothing else proved yesterday is that teams are up and down. We looked at Kansas City week 1 and said, oh, my God, they're unbeatable. And then the second week against the Chargers, they should have lost. And then yesterday, they did lose to the Colts, in which case you saw Pat Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy kind of getting into it a little bit on the sidelines, not agreeing about the play calling. We saw the Buffalo Bills, who everybody looked at and said, oh, my God, they're headed straight to the Super Bowl. They go down against the Miami Dolphins, and you got to now look and say Miami's looking really good. The thing is sometimes, or most of the time, teams peak early. Teams look great early on in the season, but then the schedule changes or players get injured or it's just a long season and they can't maintain it. So hold on, guys. You know, if the Cowboys can find a way to get a win here tonight, again, with their backup quarterback leading, and then face the Washington Commanders, you're actually sitting in a good position at the moment with the season going forward, even with Dak not possibly being back until the Eagles game at soonest. It's a long season. We got a lot of football left to go, even though week number 3 is almost in the books. I got a lot of things to do. We got to get ready for the big sub. I got to pick up the sub roll. I've got to get the meats, of course, and I got to get the outdoor studio set up for tonight. And, of course, get ready for you guys to come on over for Monday Night Football. You know how we roll. And as always, I appreciate you.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. You didn't want